I was going to ask Terry,
Yeah,
if
you're
I
fine.
may, on that point, is that what's happening for me is I'm somewhere. It's like I've got probably kind of what I suppose it is what Lindy's saying. It's like I could, I've become aware of this me character, to the conscious, and I'm in the consciousness, or
Ooh,
and then it's like all of a sudden I'm back in a story, and I'm sort of, it's, it feels like a bit of a yo-yo
I
type thing that's
understand.
going on.
I
But I
understand.
can't put it in words really.
I understand. Speaking of language, like Lindy was just pointing out, yeah, you can't be in consciousness. That would be two. Yeah, me now in consciousness. So that idea, yeah, consciousness is still being objectified. You can't be in consciousness. You are it. Yeah. So it's really, it's really important, Yvonne. It's really important to check your own language. Yeah. When you are doing this, when you're doing this inquiry process, check your own language, because if we're not careful, our own language sets up a me character, and we don't even notice it. We don't even notice it. You know, I don't know. You know, like where we kind of, end up is, yes, we've identified, like we did earlier. Yeah, thoughts just happen. Thoughts just happen. Okay, we've identified that. Yeah, but then what we do, and we're not aware that we're doing it. Yeah, so thoughts just happen, but there's still a me character that has personal thoughts about the thoughts that just happen. Yeah, and what I'm trying to point out is there's not three, there's just one, and it's all mind. It's all thoughts. Yeah, there's not a thoughts just happen and a me character. Yeah, and we can even say, oh yeah, the me character is aware of the thoughts that just happen. And what can I do to get out of these thoughts that just, what can I do to put down the mind? So yeah. So unbeknownst to ourselves, this is what is occurring. So it's all thoughts. There's no personal thoughts that anybody is having. There's nothing personal about them. That's why I'll often say, yeah, whatever it is that's going on in the mind, whatever it is, it's not about you that's sitting here with me now at all. Yeah, whatever it is that's going on in the mind is all about whatever it is that's going on in the mind. Full
So,
stop.
so, so the awareness of the thoughts, as Lindy was saying, like you're seeing that you can see the thoughts, where these thoughts are going, because they're always going to keep going because of the thoughts. So that awareness
That's an assumption.
is it.
That's
Oh,
an
right.
assumption.
Okay.
Be careful.
But
I'm just pointing
yeah.
something out
Okay.
to you.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
That assumption will
Hmm.
set something else up that
Okay.
you'll need to deal with later. Don't
Hmm.
assume anything.
Okay.
Just
So,
don't.
so what I'm experiencing is the seeing, or the knowing of these thoughts, but there's a stronger awareness of those thoughts, which there wasn't before. So is
Yeah.
that the thought? Is that the me?
No, because the me isn't aware.
Right. Okay.
You're right. Yeah, no, you're right, Yvonne. Yeah, you're right. What happens when we start to inquire into this? Yeah, often what people will experience, and they'll say it to me, yeah, and I experience the same thing, yeah. What people will often experience is their mind seems to get louder than ever. And it's just constantly going on. Now, it's not that the mind has gotten any louder at all. It's still operating exactly the same way it has always operated. But the difference is now you're more conscious. And the more conscious you are, the more aware you are of everything that's going on in there. So often part of this process is we can go through a process of feeling like it's getting worse. And it's
Well,
not.
that's what, sorry, that's what happened last week. Was all my thoughts just literally, I felt like my mind just imploded.
Mm.
And my body's kind of like, I had this kind of tension that went through my body, and it was like I tried to lie down and it felt like I was elevated off the bed, and my mind just wouldn't. It was just everything just was going on. And I've never experienced anything quite like it. I mean, it's calm. Obviously, it calmed down, but it was quite scary, really. It's quite a scary thing to go through.
Yeah. So that's because you're in a state of being conscious of. Yeah. You're more interested in what's going on in the mind than this that's conscious of the mind. That's all. That's what's happening. Yeah. But there is a process for this, Yvonne. Do you know what I mean? Like, we do need to explore what this is saying. We need to explore it. I don't mean in, too much detail, rather, but see, to come to an understanding of what we are not, the only instrument that we have to do that is thoughts. It's the only instrument we have. Now, this is to come to an understanding of what you're not. Do you understand? Yeah. Now, you can't use that dualistic instrument to come to an understanding of what you are. It's not possible. Okay. So that's what you're experiencing at the moment. And it's okay. It's okay. Yeah. Just don't take the content to be real. No matter what it's saying, don't take the content to be real. Yeah. Now,
I think it's just the fact I couldn't, whatever, it just wouldn't calm down. It was just
doesn't matter. It's not about you.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter. See, it's only a problem
Yeah.
if you're believing that what's going on in the mind is about you.
Yeah. Yeah.
And it's not.
Yeah.
It's about itself.
Yeah.
It's just about itself.
Crazy.
You know, that independent mind that just, just constantly, there's just constant thoughts that you can't stop, because if we could, we would, right?
Yeah.
And it's those thoughts that are saying, all these thoughts are about me. And that's just a thought that arises that might say that. These thoughts are about me. These thoughts aren't good. When am I going to get this? What's wrong with me? Oh my God, the mind is really noisy at the moment. Says thoughts.
I couldn't even hear the thought. I didn't even know what the thoughts were. It was just the kind of all the thoughts just mashed into this.
Yeah.
It was like a volcano.
Yeah.
Mind. And I couldn't, there was nothing to decipher.
Yeah. So you're going through this process of being conscious of, your consciousness is rising. You are becoming more conscious. That's why you're now more conscious of the noise that's going on. It's not getting worse. It's not getting worse. You're just becoming more conscious. Do you understand?
Yeah.
Because that's we do, as we unravel this, as we start to self-inquire and so on and so forth, we do become more conscious. I mean, look, I think everybody here will agree with me. Yeah. It is absurd to walk around as a person believing I am the thinker. I mean, it's just absurd. But until we look and inquire into, am I the thinker or not, there's the assumption that I am the thinker. You know, 99.999, whatever it is, people walking around on the planet believe they are the thinker. They believe they are the thinker. Yeah, believe it. And even if you walked up to them and said, you're not the thinker, they would look at you like you had two heads. If you said that, you're not the thinker. What do you mean I'm not the thinker? Of course I'm the, yeah. And then as we, you know, start to look into this, yeah, what we discover is, holy shit, thoughts just happen. Now, that takes an elevated state, if you like, of consciousness to see that and to know that. Because even if you walked up to somebody in the street and you told them the truth, yeah, you are not the thinker, they wouldn't believe you. They wouldn't believe you. Why? They've never looked. They've just never looked. And that's the process that you're going through, Yvonne. You're looking. Yeah. And as we look, yeah, we do start to become more conscious. Yeah. So it's an unfolding. It's okay. It's not that this is worse. It's not. Yeah. All I've got to try and get you to do, Yvonne, is stop assuming that this here is Yvonne that's aware of the thoughts.
Yeah.
Because it's not.
Yeah. It's consciousness.
Well, just notice that just then, as you said that, yeah, you objectified consciousness.
Okay.
Like
So,
it was something other, like it was something other than you.
Yeah, it just is.
Yeah, I'll put it this way: it's not me; it's consciousness. Yeah, no, you are that. You are conscious. Yeah, it's just that the mind wants to make consciousness a thing, like it does with everything else. Wants to make everything a thing. Yeah, we don't notice the space, which is incredible. Look how much space there is. We don't notice space. It's incredible. Yeah? Now, even more incredible is we don't notice consciousness. We don't notice it. We don't know what it is. We don't notice it. Yeah? And that's because there's a belief here that this that is conscious is me. Yeah? What is consciousness? Me. It's what we would ordinarily say. What is consciousness? Me is consciousness. No, it's not me that is consciousness.
It's almost like a really bad habit, isn't it? It's like, you know, that we talk about the hijack. It's like almost like as strong as an addiction, because that belief, this me thing is, yeah, it's like shaking and kind of just, well, you're not dissolving it, but it's
you could put it that way, you know.
Yeah, for me it feels like that. It's like clinging on for.
Yeah, the primary addiction for all human beings is being addicted to thought. That's the primary addiction. All other seeming isms and addictions arise from that one, being addicted to thought. We can't put it down. Yeah, like an alcoholic can't put down the alcohol, or a drug addict can't put down the drug. Yeah, we can't put down the mind. Yeah, until you start to realize that you are not that mind. When you start to see that and realize that, yeah, it becomes easy to put it down. It becomes easy to ignore it. Yeah, it becomes easy to shift your attention away from the mind to here. Yeah.
I think it's coming. It's well, I'm not going to say anything actually. I'm just going to let it roll.
Good.
Just, yeah.
Good. Good. Good.
Yeah.
Good.
Yeah.
Thanks
Thank you.
No worries.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
No worries.